EA Sports coverage of the world of golf brings us to the banks of Puget Sound and Chambers Bay Golf Course just outside of Tacoma, Washington. Rich Lerner joined up in the booth by Frank Navalo. Frank, there's nothing like it early tee time to get the adrenaline flowing.
And also, too, the golf course is perfect. Less divots. You don't see any sort of marks on the green. Greens are going to putt beautifully. There's also, the course is a little bit softer. It's got the moisture from overnight. And also, when they've cut the golf course, there's that really green, fresh smell, like it's brand new.
And he can pick the tee up quickly on that one. That is right down the middle to get the round started. All right, Frank, how would you break down this approach shot here at the first at Chambers Bay?
Well, Rich, it's partially blind, so you've really got to fixate on the exact point that you want to aim at. That's one of the beauties of this golf course. So maybe even just have a little look and make sure you know that line, because once that ball hits the ground, the natural contours are going to take it in a certain direction. So really fixate on that line.
Okay, center of the green, a good safe shot. A chance to really start this round with a bang. A long look here at birdie. Oh, I can't tell you how good that is to get it to stop where it did from that far away. That is a super putt. That so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Now at the second and a medium length par 4, Frank.
Yeah, a slight dogleg to the left, rather long, skinny green here, well bunkered all the way down the left side. Really anything down the right, and the natural contours of the land should kick that ball a little to the left. Too strong for this hole, eh? Ran out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though.
So from the rough, here's his second at 2.
Well, it was either too much for breakfast or a little too much club, and that's going to leave a very tough downhill next one.
Not quite on line, and that'll drift a couple feet by. So he'll finish that off for his par, a couple of fours to get his round underway. At the third tee now, Frank, and what are we staring at here?
This green is anything other than symmetrical, so be very, very cautious on where the flag is. Anything in the middle of the green you can putt to the corners, well, if you can call them corners, more like ragtails, but beautiful par 3. that just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Now from the bunker.
Just a little splash out on this par 3.
Yeah, the green just didn't want to hold that one. That'll run off into the short grass. Out of the bunker to here, now a third.
From about 8 feet.
Oh yeah, really well done there. That was definitely more than a knee knocker, but it is in for bogey. Frank, standing here on the 4th tee at Chambers Bay, you can see what this golf course is all about with those dunes on the left and all that sand down on the right. A lot of trouble here.
Yeah, first hole, Rich, really that bends to the right, but if anything, you want to keep the tee shot down the left side. It's going to give you a better angle to the green. And unlike the 2 previous holes, this fairway slopes to the other direction, to the right.
This one starting up that left side. And that will do just fine. That's got to be disappointing. Good lie in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. Okay, not bad out of the sand, and that's what will remain, trying to grind out a par. Yep, good work not to let that get away, and that's in for a par. Well, Frank, here at the 5th, and I'm not sure about my chances at a hole that's called free fall. I mean, are you kidding?
Well, should be free fall for you, that's for sure, and free fall for a lot of people playing it today. Hole looks straight away, but you'll see it starts to pinch in, that fairway that is, by bunkers left and right, and those bunkers come in exactly where you're trying to hit your tee shot.
Boy, tough to do a whole lot better than that. That ball right down the middle. Frank, what do we have with the approach shot here at the 5th?
Just got to be cognizant of that bunker. That's you can see it there. That's just central front of this green. You either got to go around it, or if you're good enough, then you go straight over it. But you've got to have a ton of spin on the second shot. Imagine a miss club, because that ball sailed past the flag. Really just fortunate to stay on the back of the green.
This will require the full attention. A huge swing left to right on this putt. Just trying to get it in there close. Okay, I'd call that an acceptable effort from that range. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. Frank, now at the 6th, this appears to be a testing par 4 long one.
It is, but once again, a generous fairway. Just use those mounds down the left as an indicator on your line. Hole bends a little bit to the right. Good tee shot, though, and everything is in front of you.
Yeah, all about hitting the fairway here, and that is right where you want to be. Frank, what do you think about this approach here at the 6th?
Well, one of the few greens here that's protected on both sides. Rather narrow green, and you can see really what happens if you miss. Bunkers left and right. Plus there's a couple of ridges, so club selection is important here. And that ball looked good in the air. You'd like it to be a little closer, but still, inside 40 feet, just going to have to be careful with the lag putting.
We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
Yeah, and it's a pretty makeable one. Little bit of break from left to right, really not a lot.
Got it there, but not quite on target. So nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it.
On the 7th tee now, it is over 500 yards from the back tee.
Yeah, this is called humpback, and you can see why. There's all those mounds and undulations between you and the hole, plus all that amazing bunkering down the right side. All to be avoided, really. If you can do that, then you get a decent look at this green. But yeah, you've mentioned it, 500 plus yards. It's going to play longer than that uphill.
Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Here at 7, this is second from off the fairway. Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. Now to the 8th and a long par 5, Frank.
Fortunately, there's no bunkers, just the dunes either side. The hole looks a little narrow off the tee, but get down there, you're going to realise that's a fairly generous fairway. There's a little bit of mounding in this green, too, that actually slopes it back towards the player. So use that to your advantage.
and that just did not want to settle. It'll wind up rolling off the fairway and into the heavy stuff. Okay, so that's back into the fairway. Still over 200 yards away, though, from the hole.
Yeah, but dramatically better, Rich. Could have been anything, 6 or 7 down here, and now actually a chance to grind out a par. Now that's going to hurt. That simple chip shot and well off the mark. That hurts.
This is a 16-footer.
Oh, no chance there. Never got it to the hole. Okay, so he's in there with a bogey for a disappointment here at the 8th.
Really good mix of holes here at Chambers Bay. And Frank, we finished this front side with a par 3 after just having come off that long par 5.
And it's a beauty too. The tee is some 100 feet up in the air, so you get a great view of this magnificent golf course, and you realize why it's called a true links. This green here, though, it looks rather daunting, well bunkered on the right side, but you can see enough of it. And once again, links, use the bounce, and you can still kick one in there close.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Now this, an awkward distance for a bunker shot. Well, that's out. That's the important part, but this is well short of where it needed to be. That's going to scoot a foot or two by. So a tap in here, it's a bogey at the 9th. And that's going to mean this is a 3 over 38 here on this front side.
Frank, what's the player looking at on the 10th here at Chambers Bay?
Well, normally at a par 4, you're just thinking blaze away, but this is one of the few holes, really, I think you've got to be careful on what club you hit off the tee. It starts to narrow up. You really want to avoid those 2 short bunkers that come in around the 300-yard mark. And that really sets yourself up with a nice sort of wedge. That's really the right way to play it. You don't have to take the trouble on in front here.
And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway. Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay III.
He's got 141 to the hole, pin sitting back right.
You can't go wrong with finding the middle of the green. That's well done.
This one's going to need to carry some pace with it. A long one for birdie. Back up the slope.
Look at this putt. That is something special right there. From that far away to gauge that speed, that is so well done. Okay, well done. That is no bargain, getting home in 2 from 60-plus feet away, but he does so to save his par. Getting set to tee off at the 11th hole, long par 4, 537 yards. Frank, how do you play this hole, with a bazooka?
Yeah, try and take that dune out of play, that's for sure, in the middle of the fairway. Bunkers down the left are more for scenic rather than, they're not really problematic for the player off the tee. Just, as I said, hit it over that dune, and then really there's a ridge in the middle of this green, so you've got to be on the right level.
That one was running so hot.
Eight-foot putt here. Now, we've seen folks hang that putt out to the right. It does not move as much as you'd think, and that goes on by. You can see the frustration on the tap in. He expected better. He doesn't get it. That is a bogey here at the 11th.
The 12th here at Chambers Bay is known as the Narrows. What's the play here, Frank?
2, really. You could just sort of iron it down there and have a little wedge or a pitch in there with no sweat whatsoever. Or, if you want to have a little bit of fun, if you can drive it over that bunker that's just short left of this green, you might just putt for an eagle. That got a fortunate bounce. It'll be just fine.
A good break got him here. Now his second to the par 4. This now for birdie at 12.
Yeah, and it's certainly no gimme from this length. It would be a Brucey bonus to find the bottom of the cup. Main consideration has to be about pace.
Nah, that might have been a little more break than he was expecting, as that one winds up undercutting the hole. Still no circles on the card as of yet, as that's in for par.
Now at the 13th hole here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, this one bends to the right, par 4.
It doesn't mean that you have to cut it or move the ball in that direction. Ideally, really, anything down the left side of the fairway would be well suited for this hole. There is a central bunker that sort of protects the front middle of this green. You can go in left of that or right of that, but this is a beefy par 4. 4 on the card, and you are not losing ground.
That one gonna split the middle, maybe get a little rollout as well. That is a good, solid tee shot.
Straightforward pitch shot here, 35 yards.
As they say, don't put that toolbox away just yet. It is a game of touch, and it is evidence right there when your touch is out. What a difference it makes. That ball went a long way past.
Yeah, that's good pace. Just a little offline, but not too bad from that far away. Okay, he was just sort of flirting at 4 over par. Now he's headed the wrong way. Double bogey, and all the way to 6 over for the round.
Frank, this is the 5th par 4 in a row, and they're not easy. This one here at 14, really a daunting tee shot.
It is. That's why it's called Cape Fair. A true Cape hole in golf, Rich, is when you've got to decide how much you want to bite off when you hit across a slight dogleg. And this one, really, you're going to be rewarded the further left you can go. There is one little bunker in the middle of the fairway that you have to avoid. That's going to be 320 or so yards off the tee. This hole, 546 yards, you're going to see a variety of second shots, or the length of second shots here, determined purely by the bravery of the tee shot.
And continued problems off the tee. That ball gonna come to rest in the heavy rough. This gonna be very difficult to get to the green. It's his second from a terrible lie.
Not taking the easy road on this hole, but still a chance to get out of here respectably, Frank.
Yeah, if that ball had just missed that bunker, got some decent distance out of that deep rough.
Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort.
This golf course has been demanding today, and the scores reflect that. 7 over par. Frank, normally in a golf course, you don't want to spend too much time in the trees, with the trees, around the trees, but part of me wants to go up and hug this tree because he's all alone. It's the only tree on the whole golf course.
Well, I know you're a tree hugger, Rich, I really do. But at 246 yards, when they play this off the back tee of the US Open, believe me, nobody's hugging that tree. They're just trying to make 3.
Well, at least he can draw on the experience from the previous hole. Again, in the bunker.
Oh, kind of bladed that one. Got it out, but it is now in the rough. So after escaping the bunker, this a third try at getting on this par 3.
The hits just keep coming. This is a struggle, that's for sure, and the score looks like it's going to accelerate as well.
That didn't need much more, but it does come up just about a foot short. Well, that's what this course can do to you. It is a double bogey. That'll drop him down to +9.
Getting set to take on the finishing holes here at Chambers Bay. How do you do it in the right way, Frank?
Well, when you look down this fairway, obviously everything slopes left to right. That makes this hole actually play a little bit more of a dogleg to the right, even though it doesn't look it. And then, of course, that green up ahead, it's like a tabletop. So precision here is absolutely paramount. It's so hard to bounce back after a huge score, especially when you're still reeling from it. But try and pull the screws back in the head there. Just take a little breath, maybe 2. Decent swing, don't try and kill it. Exactly like that. Really good shot.
So, Iona, this his second from the fairway.
132 yards left to the flag. Pin in the back right portion of this green.
And that ball gonna settle on the fringe, but a good distance from the hole.
Oh, that's how you do it right there. The approach misses the target, but the putter coming through from off the green, and that is a bit of a surprise birdie. Frank, you don't need just a caddy out here at Chambers Bay. Seems like you need a sports psychologist. You start thinking about the names of these holes. Beached at 16, and what's 17 called?
Derailed, and you can see why too. That green's perched up there. If you've got the round going in the wrong direction, this is not a hole to start on. So if you've got a run going, it's just a good tee shot that lands around the front there, and you just take a 3 here. This is not a time to be a hero.
And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either, sitting up in the short grass. Second shot now here at the par 3. There's a bright spot in the day that's had precious few. That'll bring a smile to the face. Well done there for a much-needed birdie. Now to the 18th hole. Frank, everyone wants to finish in style.
Yeah, the home hole here, once again you head back to just a wonderful view, and you realize that Chambers Bay was designed as a walking golf course, and it was designed to have fun and test every department in your game. 18 will do that. It probably gives you more trouble on both sides of the hole than any other hole on the golf course.
Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. Still well over 300 yards to the flag, so getting this to a good number, the key here for his second. Well, just a good solid shot right there with that 3-wood, Frank.
It's an aggressive layup, really, trying to force that 3-wood down and get it as close as possible to the green. That's 2 good shots if you can't reach the par 5.
Oh dear, that looks thick in there. Yeah, you really got to put a charge into it up that slope, and that is fairly well done. Okay, it's a 6 here at the last.
And this is going to end up being a round of 78. Frank, pleasure as always. I'm sure we've got lots more rounds to look forward to.
Yeah, well done, Rich. We fooled them again.
Till next time, for our entire cast and crew, I'm Rich Lerner. This has been a presentation of EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. So long, everybody.